Should we do a Dagsys Dribble? Bring on the medical marijuana before I slap one of these stupid pricks I keep on encountering. As I said in the last Dagsys Dribble, the world is going cuckoo! Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo! The stupid people are getting stupider! They are trying to tell us that too much CO2 is going to kill the planet in 10 years. The planet has been through CO2 levels the same as now and has recovered without taxing the planet to make the 1% more rich. They are demonising the natural gas that makes the planet greener. We have these loonies telling us that we must stop eating meat and dairy to save the planet. Really? Really? Yeah, okay. Get rid of the entire farming community in New Zealand and then watch the economy go tits up. In news headlines lately, animal rights group behind supermarket protests aims to eliminate slaughterhouses in New Zealand by 2025. What planet are these clowns from? The group behind the vegan supermarket protests around the country has plans to eliminate slaughterhouses by 2025. Direct Action Everywhere protester Anna Rippon told TVNZ's One Breakfast the group wants people to stop eating animals and switch to a plant-based diet and respect animals' rights to live a life. Cows and sheep and pigs and chickens were made to eat. Also, vegan activists upset by meat eaters putting stickers over their stop sign stickers. Auckland stop signs have become the battleground in the war between vegans and meat eaters. A vegan activist group called Gummy Bears oh, fuck's sake. Gummy Bears. These gummy bears have been leading an Auckland-wide initiative to place stickers on stop signs. So they now read, "Stop eating animals." But they're upset. Oh, boo-hoo. After meat eaters launched a counter-campaign by putting stickers over their stop sign stickers. One image shows a sign covered in large images of meat along with the message, "We love meat for life." Also, vegan activists take over Auckland's Santa Parade as part of a nationwide protest. The disruption lasted a matter of minutes before security told them to exit the parade. In reality, it is the ideology of veganism which promotes religion of hate. Veganism is unashamedly intolerant. Anti-meat campaigners are not prepared to allow others to decide for themselves what they should eat. This is why activists upholding the ideology of veganism feel entitled to invade supermarkets and prevent people from gaining access to the meat counter. They are zealously intolerant towards people who choose to adopt a diet that is at variance with their ideology. Veganism has become an unpleasant and sanctimonious ideology that directs its energies towards imposing its lifestyle on society. This is an ideology that is not confined to the objective of eliminating the consumption of meat. Veganism is connected to a wider project of social engineering. It dislikes consumerism and locks down on people who enjoy driving their cars and taking their families on overseas holidays. Which brings me to snowflakes. Millennial snowflakes. Snowflakes gasp in horror when they hear an opinion they don't like and believe they have a right to be protected from anything unpalatable. Today's generation of sensitive uni students are often labelled snowflakes because they receive trigger warnings on books and lectures that might contain upsetting subjects. Today, many of these unis are hostile to free speech and determined to shield students from any ideas they don't like. Boo! Student unions demand safe places, areas where people cannot disagree or challenge your ideas. There's no use crying over what you don't like to hear. One student union conference banned clapping at a meeting in case it caused trauma, asking people to wave silent jazz hands instead. Jazz hands! Jazz hands! I'm offended! Last year we were told how a student in Salford called in sick and spent the whole day crying at the result of the US election. They assume their emotional suffering takes precedence. Express a view they disagree with and you must immediately recant and apologise. Fuck off. Okay, millennials, boomers have stolen your childhood, have they? So traumatised by their tyranny, you're reduced to crying in your safe spaces while hugging your emotional support hamster and wailing about the atmosphere. Jeez. Oh, how pathetic. Let's be clear, defining people by generation is as stupid as a vegan burger. But if that's the way you're going to play the game, I'll play too. At least boomers know what hard work is, unlike soft-handed, entitled and whinging millennials. You're jealous. You're jealous that the boomers own the houses and have the jobs and enjoy the economic power. But boomers worked for this. They had to renovate their first houses themselves and start their careers right at the bottom. That's how they got to the top. They worked for it. Millennials just don't get that. They want to have the nice stuff right now without actually having to work for it. Which brings me to a post that comedian Raybon Khan put on his page yesterday. It read like this: ISIS can only dream of becoming as efficient at mass murder as anti-vaxxers. What? Oh, Raybon Khan, you fucking idiot! Let me just produce to you some scientific facts from a scientist. Panadol and Pamol is being given out to patients. For a virus like measles, this is deadly. The body makes fever to kill the virus. If you stop the fever, you stop the body killing the virus. It will grow out of control and eventually kill the patient. Dr. James Meehan has very kindly provided a written professional opinion that has been forwarded to the Prime Minister's Secretary in the hope she will get it to her. Vitamin A is being distributed free of charge. According to WHO, UNICEF, Ministry of Health New Zealand, Starship Hospital New Zealand, these must be given to measles patients. WHO, UNICEF clearly state vitamin A must be given as part of a measles treatment protocol in any vitamin A deficient country, and any country that has a mortality rate equal to or greater than 1% of infected cases, both of which Samoa has. The virus is presenting 4 to 8 days after vaccination in a consistent pattern. An urgent testing of the stereotype needs to be conducted urgently. Whatever virus type this is, it is extremely aggressive. It is allowed to grow in the body. We must be absolutely sure this is not a vaccine strain of measles. We have several documented cases of fully vaccinated cases who are catching severe measles. Severe outbreaks, as far as I can tell, are breaking out in all recently vaccinated areas. If there is one thing we can do, please announce urgently on TV and radio to stop using Panadol, Pamol. We need to work together for the sake of our children. So Raybon, in all his wisdom, says that ISIS can only dream of being as efficient at mass murder as anti-vaxxers. Well, here's my response to him. Bollocks! Do the research. Vax kids in Samoa are still getting measles, so tell me, what the fuck is going on there then, eh? It is a human right to refuse vaccines. All the snowflakes need to stop dictating to us, telling us how to live our lives. To reference ISIS in this is way out of line, Raybon. Well, didn't that start a shitstorm? 36 replies within less than 24 hours. Kristen came along and says, Raybon, you sure are good at separating the wheat from the crazy. Yep, I'm the wheat and you're the fucking crazy. Okay, Snowflake. Julie comes along and says, calm down, dude, and please do accurate research. Maybe talk to someone who works within the health industry. Unfortunately, many people can write anything they choose and pass it off as fact these days. You clearly are not looking at both sides of the story, Julie. Do your fucking research. Okay, Snowflake. Then Julie comes along again further down the thread saying banning books and videos because they lie and endanger lives is what government should do. What? So you want to ban free speech, do you? Good luck to you. It's not gonna fucking work. Look over the course of history. Banning things has driven it underground. And that's what will happen with free speech. It will make it worse. It will make hate speech worse. And she also says, seriously, dude? I'd rather be a snowflake than a muppet. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And then Warwick butts in. Calm down, Phil. No snowflakes here. Just a few people who are concerned at the deaths of children. Anyone fucking moron who chooses to believe Facebook memes over science, and that's you. Okay, boomer. Okay, Snowflake. And then Julie butts in again. People always seem to throughout, I think you mean throw out. People always seem to throw out free speech when the facts are wrong and opinions instigate violence so they can get away with nasty stuff. First you're wanting to ban free speech and then you're defending it. What the fuck are you on? Make up your fucking mind. And then Justin butts in and says, you obviously missed the irony of you calling others snowflakes, Phil. You want to be part of society, but you don't want to accept the social contract that comes with it. Hey, what planet are you from? When I was born, I didn't know of any social contract. I still don't know of any social contract. People are free on this planet to do what the fuck they like and don't have to pander to your fucking bullshit. I've been a part of society for a good 30 years longer than the millennial snowflakes, so I'm more qualified at real life than these bunch of self-entitled crybaby pussies. Then Murray butts in. Phil, May we see your medical degree? Well, it must be a doctorate if you feel our medical professionals are snowflakes. No, I wasn't saying they're snowflakes. I was saying they are wrong. They are being bought and told what to say by the elite. You snowflakes just don't get it, do you? You just can't fix stupid. Then Rosie butts in. I am confused. Phil's tone is like he is insulting all these people that understand medical science and research by calling them snowflakes. But snowflakes are pretty, unique and amazing, so I feel like the insult may actually be a compliment. Yes, snowflakes are pretty. The ones from the sky. You snowflakes are a bunch of fucking idiots. And Tiffany has just butted in. Are you dropped on your head as a baby? You were, eh? Anywho? I can't find that in the dictionary. Go back to fucking school. Oh no, scrap that idea, they're teaching you bullshit. Anywho, you seem to think you have researched and found all this information that Big Pharma doesn't want anyone to see. Spoiler alert, cupcake. You're the fucking cupcake. You aren't special, you're a narcissistic, scientifically uninformed, gullible and promoting death. Well, that's a nice way to talk about yourself, Tiffany. You're the narcissistic one. And then Raybon's just butted in and says, so children in Samoa are dying of measles because they're snowflakes. No, I didn't fucking say that, you fucking idiot. So, to all you snowflake millennials, you're the first generation who's required air conditioning in every classroom. You want a TV in every room and your classes are all computerised. You spend all day and all night on electronic devices. More than ever, you don't walk or ride on bikes to school, but you arrive in caravans of private cars that choke suburban roads and worsen rush hour traffic. You're the biggest consumers of manufactured goods ever. You update perfectly good, expensive luxury items to stay trendy. Your entertainment comes from electric devices. Furthermore, the people driving your protests are the same people who insist on artificially inflating the population growth through immigration, which increases the need for energy, manufacturing and transport. The more people we have, the more forest and bushland we clear, the more of the environment that is destroyed. How about this? Tell your teachers to switch off the aircon, walk or ride to school, switch off your devices and read a book. Make a sandwich instead of buying manufactured fast food. None of this will happen because you're selfish, badly educated, virtue signalling little turds, inspired by the adults around you who crave a feeling of having a noble cause while they indulge themselves in Western luxury and unprecedented quality of life. It is your generation unable to work for up to 40 hours per week without being chronically depressed and anxious. Its members cannot decide if they want to be a boy, a girl, or both, or neither, or they, or a fry pan. You cannot eat meat without crying. Your generation needs trigger warnings and safe spaces as preconditions for learning in schools. Its members have a pathological need to be coddled and protected from the challenging realities of life. Grow up, you crybabies! Your generation is the biggest demander and consumer of carbon-spewing technological gadgets and devices. An hour without any of them, and too many of you succumb to paralysing lethargy. Your generation is the least curious and the most insular set of individuals one has ever encountered. Your hubris extends so far that you think you have nothing to learn from your elders. So here's a big fat one to all you on that thread. And because all these idiots on this thread took up much of this video, I'm going to quickly touch on 5G and the Internet of Things. Now, not only is the 5G radiation damaging to human health, what they are trying to do is take control of everything from your phone to your toaster. They want everything connected to the internet so they can control us. One of the reasons for bringing out 5G is they're wanting driverless cars. Have you noticed all the cheese graters going up on the sides of the roads? That's to prepare for driverless cars. With this 5G grid, Internet of Things, they want control of everything to do with your life. You won't even be able to pick your nose or take a shit without the authorities knowing. It is going to become a dictatorial world. You will not have freedom of movement, you will not have freedom of speech. Well, all that will be driven underground. There will be ways around it, you can be sure of that. Something else they're wanting to do is a cashless society. So you're not going to have any cash. It's all going to be online. So if you say something they don't like, and you go to purchase something, and they don't like something you've said, sorry, declined, you can't buy anything, you said something we don't like. Which is going to drive trading underground as well. Look at history. Anything that's been banned has not worked. It's driven it underground. Research 2030 agenda, the UN 2030 agenda. They want one world government, they want one world religion, they want to control you, they want to have control of you. They want to stop you doing the things in life you enjoy doing if it goes against their ideas. 5G is very dangerous. So in future Dagsys Dribble, I'll be covering more on 5G, but in the meantime, if you want to find out more, I recommend you look up David Icke. Now also in that thread, one of my comments towards the end of it was, all you brain-dead, brainwashed idiots have inspired me to do my next YouTube video earlier than usual. I will dedicate it to all you millennial snowflakes and post it here when complete. So Nigel butts in and says, Phil, do you need any special effects for your video? I know people in the industry. I could get you a deal. And then Rosie butts in and says most special effects involve a basic understanding of science. No, a basic understanding of technology and computers. But if you do want to check out some of the special effects in my videos, go and look up the World Trade Center 7 video, Dagsys Dribble. And also have a read of this, David Icke's The Trigger. He has been warning of this stuff for years, decades. He's been talking about the presence of UFOs for decades. And everyone called him cuckoo. But now we have the US Navy coming out confirming with video the existence of UFOs. So now who's cuckoo, eh? Also check out my Dagsys Dribble UFO and hit subscribe down there so you can see when I post a video. Alrighty, that's a Dagsys Dribble for another week. I'll see you in another week or two.